unbelievable.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Great stories. Thank you both very
Sure.
much. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, I consider myself a relatively healthy individual. Probably get sick once every couple of years.
Right. That's good.
You know, and to think that I had something like this was very kind of surprising. And I think that to think that you have a virus after being such a healthy individual, you kind
Do you
of.
know where you caught it?
So I travel a lot, and I had the flu a little bit, and so I think my immune system was compromised while I was traveling, and it could have been just kind of community transfer. So it's been just accepting that I had it, I think, was the very hardest part. But then for something like that to take me down for almost 8 days of fever and then 3 days of
How
shortness
bad
of
was
breath.
it?
I've never felt this bad in my most recent recollection. I think that.
So compared, you said you've had the flu a number of times. How did you compare this to the flu?
Never felt these symptoms before for this long.
So a bigger, better, much worse event for you.
Yep. And I only took Tylenol the entire time. I took a lot of it. I think the most frustrating part, honestly, was trying to get a test. I think that going to numerous places and being turned away by a sign on the door that says, "Don't come in here if you have these symptoms." I think that was a little bit.
When was it?
This was early March, so I think part of the challenge was there was a lot of people saying a lot of different things and kind of knowing what to believe, where to go. You kind of go in circles a lot.
When did you find out officially that you had it?
I think on March, this is probably about seven or 8 days into my fever I found out. So I got the test eventually, and it's kind of interesting. There's like certain keywords that when you say those at an ER, they automatically treat you differently. And so for me, it was more of like an education for a lot of my friends and family.
So, okay, so what were the words?
For me, it was more of I have a fever and that I had been in San Francisco. And those two basically.
Did that make them treat you better or worse? Or,
Well,
did they treat you like you had the COVID?
They treated me like I had COVID. So they sent me outside of the ER to make sure that I don't kind of become contagious and infect other people. And I waited out for a little bit. And then they came in and they swabbed me and stuff like that. So they did kind of take me a lot seriously, and they got me a test. They got me an influenza test. So I think it's one of those things that there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of questions as to who to test, who not to test. And I think at that time there was a lot of people providing recommendations, and some of them were conflicting.
Did you ever think you were going to die?
So when I got the news that I had COVID, I think I had anxiety because there was so much going on. And I think that kind of accelerated my shortness of breath symptoms. And the second day, I kind of felt that, something was wrong. I need to go in the hospital. I didn't necessarily think I was going to die, but I've never felt this bad before. And I think I needed medical attention.
So if it got worse, you would have been in deep trouble. Did you
Yeah.
have a problem with your breathing?
I did. I got a pulse oximeter, and just having one of those and knowing that your oxygen levels are normal, it's like a kind of confidence builder that, you're not going downhill. But it's
What was it showing? The meter?
Mine was always above 95%.
So you looked okay,
Yeah.
but you still felt a shortness of breath.
Yep.
And so when did you get better?
Probably around day 11, I had gotten
It's a
better.
long time, isn't it? They
Yeah.
last a long time. But you got better quickly
After the medication.
after the medication.
It was a long time. It was a long road.
I think just letting people
Amazing
know.
we can't get people to officially, if somebody else endorsed that medication, it would be great.
I think you'll have a lot of endorsements if we get a lot of done in Detroit.
No, by the way, we have tremendous endorsements. But if it was somebody else other than President Trump that put it forward, if some other person put it forward, they'd say, oh, let's go with it. What do you have to lose? They've been taking it for 40 years for malaria, which, by the way, it's an unbelievable malaria pill, unbelievable lupus pill, unbelievable. In fact, the problem we had is people
And
with
with Lyme
lupus.
disease.
Huh?
And with Lyme disease. That
And
was
with,
my first
I
treatment for
heard Lyme disease too.
Yes.
No, it's very powerful, but it's incredible because there's so many stories like yours. It's not just. I actually haven't heard a bad story. You want to know the truth? Normally you'd hear some good ones, some bad ones, and you'd still give it a shot. I haven't heard a bad story, so it's pretty amazing actually. But that's okay. The word is out. The people get it. These people don't get it, the media, but the people get it. Anyway, well, that's a great story. So you're feeling good now?
Yeah.
You're gonna go conquer the world as a young, handsome guy? Huh? How old are you?
34.
That's great. You have a great life ahead of you. Congratulations.
Thank
Great
you.
job.